So we're looking at combining shapes together. So the word compound just means multiples, so like compound fracture means more than one fracture. So compound shapes are shapes made up of lots of other shapes, and we have some powerful tools in Illustrator that allow you to do that. So let's dive in. So I've just got a whole lot of overlapping circles here, just to give you an idea of how the Pathfinder operations work. So I'm going to select these first two, and you'll see in your properties panel here, you have Pathfinder and the three little dots that give you the full Pathfinder panel. I don't want to keep on having to click on the three little dots, so I'm going to rather go Window and go down to Pathfinder. And here is the Pathfinder panel. So the first operation is Unite. So if I click on that, it takes the shapes that are selected, turns them into one shape, and it takes the top shape's color. The second operation, I'll take these two, is minus front, which uses the top shape like a cookie cutter to cut out of the bottom shape. The third option is intersect, which means where the two shapes are overlapping, that is what becomes a shape. The fourth operation is exclude, which means where they overlap, that gets cut out. The top shape's color becomes the color. Then we have divide, and once I've done it, I need to ungroup it and then click away, and you'll see that what it's done is it's literally divided that into its segments. Okay, then we have this one, which is trim, and if I ungroup it, you'll see that it's kind of like minus front, but it doesn't, the shape, the cookie cutter doesn't disappear, it stays there. Okay, then for this one, I'm going to actually create a new shape here, the same color as the circle, because that will help you understand how this works. So if I select those three objects and I choose this object, which is merge, you can see, and if I ungroup it, you can see that the two shapes that had the same color have merged and then cut out or trimmed from the bottom shape. Okay, then we have this option, which is crop, which means that the top circle is clipping the bottom circle. So if I double click here, you can see that that has been trimmed into this shape. So it's cropped. It's not really a clipping mask, it's actually cropped it into that shape. This one, which is outline, means that if I just ungroup this, click away, you'll see that, let me make all of these outlines black. You can see that it's literally just cut it into its individual outlines. And then finally, we have this one, which is minus back, which is using the back shape as the cookie cutter, but the top shape color remains. And then we have these two here. So all of these Pathfinder operations are very powerful for many different purposes. But what if you just want a quick way of merging things together and subtracting shapes from other shapes? We have a special tool called the Shape Builder, and this is what it looks like here. So I'll show you how it works. If I select these two objects and I go to Shape Builder, you can see that when I move over, those shapes become highlighted. So if I drag from there to there, those two shapes get united. If I go to this shape, use the Shape Builder, you can see that if I hold down Alt on Windows or Option on a Mac and I drag, it subtracts. So let's see how that works in practice. So I have here, you may have done the previous exercise using primitive shapes to create the Android logo, but as I mentioned in that activity, the Android logo isn't finished yet because we have these overlapping shapes. It's an untidy result so far. So what we're going to do is select everything. So you must select everything first. I'm going to close the Pathfinder. I'm going to go to the Shape Builder tool, and I want to unite across there. I'm going to drag into there and into there to unite those, and then Alt or Option, click on the eyes to punch those out, and then I'm going to drag over there and then there and there. So that is a logo that has much better integrity. And if I just select the whole thing and click on Unite, now I have a pretty decent construction. Let's try another one. So here we have a coffee logo. I'm going to select the whole thing, go to Shape Builder. I want to unite all of these. I want to unite all of these and these. Okay, then I want to just zoom in a bit, and I'm going to hold down Alt, and I want to subtract and here as well. Subtract, and then here, subtract, subtract. I want to hold down Alt or Option and subtract the handled hole. And then here I just want to merge these letters with this shape. Okay, so now if I take that whole thing and I unite it, and let's give it a nice cappuccino color, you can see that I've constructed something that would actually take quite a long time to make if you didn't have these compound shape tools. Let's do one more. So I'm sure you know what this is going to be. So if I select, use Shape Builder, I want to unite all of this stuff. And down here and there. Okay, and then I want to Alt, subtract, and subtract. Okay, and then select the whole thing, unite. Oh, I forgot to subtract the hole for the handle here. So Shape Builder, Alt, click. Now unite, and then I can give it a color. All right, so see how many objects around you, like signage and street signs and things like that, that you can recreate using the Shape Builder tool. It's great for creating icons and little graphics and things like that.